We want to belong. We want our family to be our circle, our deepest circle. We want to connect with them, with our heart, with all that we have, right? Now, oftentimes, though, this connection means that we cannot be fully ourselves. It means that we cannot really show up fully as ourselves because those constructs sometimes need or require us to smaller ourselves in certain areas, not to be so loud, not to do this or that because it's uncomfortable for the family or it's not likely to be seen at the family. It's those unspoken words that you follow. You follow as a child, and sometimes even when you're adult. Actually, very often it's those patternings you keep following because you don't know any better. You don't know why you're even doing that. You don't know why you're waiting for approval because you think that being approved means you're loved, means that you finally made it, means that you finally are cared for who you are. And at the same time, it's not going to come this way. It's not going to show up like you wish it to be. And so it's about to break out of that cycle that is continuing over and over again, realizing, hey, wait a second, I'm actually really depleted here. But at the same time, you may actually not be able to step out either because it's this constant being in the scene, being with the family, being in those areas of your life that you think that's all you know. You think that's true. You think that's just how it is. You think that that's how it needs to be. You think you need to show up this way. You don't even think twice about that. Maybe you do now. Maybe you do. And you're like, wait a second. Is that actually me? Is that actually how I want to live the rest of my life? Is that actually what I came here to do? And so you see when questions like those arise, like from feeling lost, right? What means feeling lost? Feeling lost means you kind of lost your orientation of where do the I inside want to go. What is the scene all around here? Like, I don't know myself in this. Okay, this is for me feeling lost explained. You are kind of like tapping in the dark. You don't know where you are. You don't have a clear kind of goal. You lost those kind of places a long time ago where you potentially had ideas or goals. It's like you're following someone else's goals. You're following someone else's dream, maybe the one from your parents or your teacher or your aunt or whoever was around, right? Maybe you could not be fully yourself because the belonging, the connection to the family circle was more important for you. And that's very common. It's what I see every single day. So if this is happening to you or happened to you, then that's okay. That's just life. It's not to blame anybody. It's just how we got raised. And so now it's about stepping into yourself, returning to yourself, feeling home in your own body, in your own life, in your own being, right? Because what does it help you if you're being somebody else? What does it help you if you can prove your mom or your dad, look at me, like I can do it? That's not even love. That's the craziest thing. See, being loved for something you are not, that's not the feeling you're looking for. That's not the you're looking for. By the way, you're looking for something else than approval and love from your parents. But we go into this later on. Before we dive deeper, let me quickly explain one thing. There is going to be a program, it calls Return to Self. I just opened it up yesterday. We will start by August 30th with the first live call, okay? So what is it doing for you? Well, it gets you back into sitting position with yourself. We're going to work on the energetics to feel yourself, okay? To let yourself feel where you need to be, where you need to go. We allow this God source creation to actually come and take place in your body. You're connected to everything in this world, right? But if you're disconnected from source, from God creation, however name you want to give it, then you don't really know in which direction you're going. There's a lot of opportunities out there. It's super noisy, it's super loud, and you don't really know where to look at. But you see, in order to step into this pure essence of who you are, you need to get rid of some old stuff, something or some stuff that actually can go and that is not needed anymore. And that's kind of nice. It's kind of joyful. It's kind of time for celebration, right? It's about bringing you back into your own beingness. Because let's be real, you probably tried a lot. You probably tried to do a lot of things with your mind, with body work, whatsoever, but it never really clicked. You see, for me, it never really clicked because I missed a lot of things on the way, which helped me to really make a transition. I had a couple of really good moments, okay, where I felt like, wow, like this really helped me, but it was not sustainable. So for me, sustainability is very important because I don't want you to walk out of this course and be like, okay, now what? What am I doing now with the rest of my life? Like I don't feel like I can really do it. I don't feel like in my life I can really do it. You see, I want you to take tangible steps in your daily life. I want you to bring the energetics inside of your life. I want you to really feel the change, to really understand what is going on in your internal world and let it come out and releasing it. Okay, not being triggered all the time or feeling all the drama, feeling all the pain of your past, maybe even of the ancestry, of the inner child, of things attached to you or you are attached to them. Let it be rinsed, let it be cleared, and then let's see where this actually ride is taking you. Okay, like there is so much more going on than you can see. It's behind the scenes. Most of those things are behind the scenes, and it's not your fault that you haven't catched it up until now. And it's not about this will be the only thing that you need to do in your entire life, and then you're kind of saved or you're good. It will be lifelong training. But what I want you to do is to really find peace internally so you can make those steps, you can make those decisions, you know how to step into your truth, how to step into what is true for you. I mean, in an authentic way where you can start looking for connection, for belonging, but actually that fits to you, that works together with you, that helps you bring the family back together, but in a new setting, in a new way. Does it sound like a miracle? Yeah, sometimes that really is like a miracle because you never thought it will be possible, right? Who thought that, you know, your whole family's gonna sitting together at Christmas and actually enjoying each other, right? Who thought that? Well, I don't want to promise anything, but I've seen a lot of those things happening to other people actually doing this program. So maybe this is for you. So check it out. I will put the link down in the box. So let's go into further from the video. I was speaking before about feeling lost and what that means. There comes the next point, which is about being disconnected. Disconnected actually refers to being lost. Because for me, disconnected means I'm not connected to the all and everything, but actually I'm not connected to God, to source, to creation. Now, if any of these words is kind of bugging you, or you're like, oh my God, what is she talking about? This is not religious at all. I'm not talking about the Bible. I'm not talking about any religion. I'm talking about the pure energetics here of being connected to that energy that is so pure, so divine, so natural for your body to receive. And it's almost like it got cut, like there is a cup, like it's not coming in, because you think like you need to you need to be good on your own. You need to do everything by yourself. I don't believe that's true. You don't need to do anything or everything by yourself. You don't need to sit alone and do everything by yourself, but you need to allow like answers in. You need to understand what it means back to connect. What does it mean to connect with God's source creation? What does that mean? How can you sit with him, with her, whatever is your pronouns here? How can you do that, right? And many people don't know how to do that because we lost that kind of thing. We don't know how to do that, or we make the connection right away with the Bible, but it's about like feeling into that energy of God and letting it come back and tripling it into your body, feeling that you're connected, that you can actually ask for support, that you can actually ask for guidance, that you can actually ask for help. You don't need to do it all by yourself. See, since I'm doing all of this, it's life-changing. And I don't mean in a way of like, I'm just sitting on the couch and not doing anything. No, but I get more courage. I get more stability. I feel so calm. I feel so open-hearted. And I can feel other people's pain without bugging me. I can connect with other people without feeling drained, without feeling all of this protection needs to be on, like, ooh, like there's so many things actually that I learned through this connection that I want to share. And we are going into all of this in that program. So hopefully gonna see you there, right? So that was the one on disconnected. So it's about disconnected or feeling more connected, like from your heart to that energy, to feel again a sense of love, a sense of being on this world, like feeling alive on this world, feeling allowed to be here, right? Maybe you have this kind of feeling where you're like, I have never been wanted. Like that was such a big one for me. Like I did not feel wanted. And I found out later on that I was never planned, and they didn't think about abortion, but it was like I was never planned, and they didn't really wanted me. And I could feel that until adult life, until I was asking them one day, and they were actually quite honest and saying, listen, it was like this and this. I'm not going into the story, but you're getting the sense here, like even if you cannot cognize what happened, it's still visible in your adult life. And so it's so crucial to really allow yourself to let those emotions out and to be held in that. And there is nothing better than stepping into the purity of your essence to really release it and to find ways to fully clear the stuff out of your body, Like there are so many tools that I've seen out there but it's not sustainable. Maybe it's for someone else, okay? I'm really speaking only for myself here. But it has never really given me that life change that I was looking for, that peace that I was looking for, that love that I was looking for. I've never seen that in any other program. I've never met that. And so here it is, and here it comes for you, because it was not available for me at that time. The next thing that I have that may actually be something that you can relate is you have a sense that something isn't sitting right. You may get influenced, like there is a lot of those intrusive thoughts going around, and if you're working in the energetics, there are just beings out there, entities out there, that use your vulnerability, that use your leak of knowledge, that use those thought patterns to actually keep you in the cycle, because they use your energy, right? And it's not to scare you, but it's to bring awareness to you that not all is you. Not everything is because you're doing it wrong, or because you are not you're not doing the work. Please. That's not it. It's like you are probably not fully connected to that, and you may actually not sense which ones are really your thoughts, which one are thoughts that that's not really me. So it's bubbling up here somewhere. Maybe you've experienced that, where you're like, where is that thought coming from? I never thought about myself like this. So the thought is usually like something negative, something heavy, something like, wow, you look really crap today. Oh, did you see your belly? Like very judgmental, very, you can just sense something is off, but you don't necessarily see it right away, because it feels like it's you, because it's in your head. So you think everything that is in your head must be true, must be you. And it's not true. It's not true. And sometimes it's not those entities or whatever. Sometimes it's like the echo from the past, right? Sometimes it's something else. And the cool part about this thing, about working with this energy, is you don't need to know. Isn't that a relief? You don't need to know. Isn't that cool? You don't need to know things that are not necessary. And I actually enjoy that. See, I wanted to know every single thing when I started. I wanted to know how, when, what, why, the whole thing. Now I tell you, my brain is full. I don't need information that I don't need anyways. See, what I want to learn is how I can be the best of myself, but with so much compassion for myself and therefore for others. That's my goal. I don't need to know everything that is going around. Like, I love strong boundaries. I love to be in my own space. And yet I don't want to be a lone wolf, I don't want to sit at home, be by myself. That's not exciting. That's not exciting. I know it is for some people, and I can highly understand that. But the challenge is to sit together with other people and feel, hey, something is off. Something is really off. Like, this is the training, right? When you go back to your family and you start recognizing, wait a second, you're doing the same thing again. I just shared something very vulnerable to you, and now you're using it against me to show me how weak I am. Hey, that's not acceptable. Catching yourself in the moment and be like, stop. You can still feel the compassion that person doesn't know, but it's about, I know something is off. I can see it, I can feel it, and I will call it out right now. Because it's not okay. Standing in your truth, feeling in your truth, right? Understanding your emotions and be like, okay, they're here anyways. So if they're here, I may as well see what they can do for me instead of against me. Instead of me having a tantrum, not knowing what's going on because I feel so overwhelmed again because my mom used XYZ against me, that I'll never share anything with her anymore because I'm so upset. But I can't even put it in words because I'm so angry. I'm so angry. Do you have some sort of anger problem? Because I had that big time. I was so angry at the world for not seeing me, for not being able to be me. Why do I have to pretend all the time? Why do I have to show up a certain way just so you feel good? What about me? What about me feeling myself? Why is it not okay to be me? Why not? I never understood that as a child, so I had my tantrums. And my parents, they were just trying to like, okay, like, they had their own things going on. And they had their own world going on. But I'm telling you, you're an adult now. You can do what you want. You can feel yourself now. You can feel into your own body, even if you have kids, if you have a partner, even if you have like such a busy life, you got 5 minutes a day. You got that. You got it. Even if it's at the restroom, okay? You got it. You got it. You can connect to that energy, and I will show you how. I will show you how you can connect to yourself. I will show you. And you will know by the end of that program how it works to be open to yourself, to feel your body, to feel your emotions and to feel safe in them, to learn more about who you are. It's such a gift. It's such a gift. So I covered the emotions. I covered the when something isn't right. Yeah, an important one is as well that if you're having an internal, very turbulent moments, maybe you have a lot of thoughts going up and down, left, right, and they're on constantly at night, in the morning, like it's constantly causing some anxiety things. Look in the external world, what's going on there, because it's usually a reflection. So if you're the opposite and if you're very numb, you can tell by the external world what's going on internally. It's a good mirror sometimes. It doesn't work always, I find. But sometimes it works really well to give you a feeling of, okay, I can see what's going on, but I can't access it because I don't feel safe in my body. I don't feel that I can open. And that's another thing. We'll make sure that you feel safe in those modules. Now, we are not doing all the trainings live. What we are going to do is you're going to sit with me like this in this setting, where we are training your body to sit in pure light, in the pure essence of who you are, and filter the whole thing that is actually inside of you, causing you a lot of troubles. Now, it does mean that your external world will change, but it does also mean that you are getting more calm, that you get more direction, that you get more connected to yourself and to other people. You can go deeper, you have deeper conversations, you feel more stable, you feel more love. And I don't mean like this, oh my God, you're so loving. I mean like this, looking in the eye and actually be like, I love you so much, so much. And you actually know that that's true. And you can say it full-heartedly, full, with all the power, right? All right, my loves. I think I've said everything that I wanted to say in this one. So yeah, join the Return to Self program and shake off what is not yours. Shake off what does not belong to you anymore. Shake off what is ready to go. Shake it off and let joy, let love into your whole body, into who you are really. Because you are not your triggers, you are not those crazy emotions. That's not who you are. Those ones are signals, but it's not who you are. So I cannot wait to actually meet you in person. I'm so super excited. And with that said, thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, follow for more, and I speak soon. Bye.